do. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lube live stream. I was getting my hair done earlier, and I said to my stylist, if you had to share any message about sex with the world today, what would you share? And she unequivocally said, yes, sex, more sex, to which I was like, duh, I think everyone that is going to attend the live stream is probably team more sex. What else would you say? And she said, lube. I'd say lube. So that we entered into a conversation about lube. Why lube? What's your favorite lube? What's the purpose of lube? How to lube? And I thought, why the hell not? Let's just go there. Let's talk about lube. And so I put in the description below, but stay with me for now. Why I put my top 3 favorite lubricants. So I already gave away the like surprise part of the video, but I hope that you'll hang on, stay with me, say hi, put in the comments where you're coming from, where are you today in the world, what time is it wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will talk all about lube. All right, so first of all, why lube at all? Why even talk about lubricant? I think lube is one of the most underrated sex accessories and sex toys. Like people all the time want to talk to me or want me to talk about a specific sex toy, a vibrator, an insertable, a couple's toy, you name it. But you know what the number one sex accessory you need to have is? Well, okay. The number one sex accessory that I highly recommend that you have is a blindfold. More on that in a minute. Number 2 is lubricant. You could probably put lubricant and blindfold on. Maybe. Okay. All right. They're about equal footing. So lube is definitely the most important thing you need to have in your bed at all times. And this is true whether you are solo or if you're in a partnership, because guess what? Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folks, all of us, everyone with genitals can use lubricant. And they can use lubricant to make solo play even better. I'm seeing everybody's coming in from all over the world. Heck yes. Thank you, friends. Thank you, friends. Save that question, Ross, because that's a great question and we get to it later. Okay. So number 1, what is the purpose of lube? It cuts down on friction. Like that is the purpose of lube. Now there are lubes that do things in addition to that, but that is the core purpose of lube. And why do we need to cut down on friction? Well, friction can cause discomfort, it can lead to irritation, it can lead to actual injury to the very delicate and lovely tissues that our genitals and anuses are made up of. Therefore, decreasing friction allows us to have sex for longer, it allows sex to feel better, and it reduces the risk that we are going to get injured or irritated, which allows sex to last longer and feel better, if you follow. So, what is lube? Well, lube is any liquidy substance that cuts down on the friction, that is body safe, very important, and can be applied to our genitals and to our toys. Easy enough. But that's where the easiness ends. Because after that, it gets complicated, unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, because you know what? That complication just derives from a reality that is we have lots of options. Lube is an area where we have many, 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 many options. And so I'm here to help you to pick the best one. Someone asked if someone was a virgin on there. Someone also asked, does less friction equal less sensation for women? No, it does not. In my experience, more lube, less friction usually leads to less sensation for the male partner, the giving partner. Sometimes too much lubricant and he can lose sensation. I mean, certainly it's true that there's a sweet spot for female partners or people that have vulvas that there is going to be too much lube and that is going to cut down on sensation for them, because we do need a little friction, right? We do need like a little back and forth, a little tug, a little sensation. But ultimately, I have found with the majority of couples that I have worked with that it's the problem is erring on the side of too little lube and not too much. So what are some situations in which you're going to need to use lubricant? Well, number 1, women, and my video about this, if you're not currently subscribed, make sure you're subscribed because I'm putting out a new video on this very subject on Thursday. It launches 10 Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific time, and it is how to get a girl wet. Who here? Give me a thumbs up or a like on this video if you are interested in how to get a girl wet. Wet, 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 do, 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 wet, 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 do, 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 wet, wet. But there are occasions where wetness just isn't an option. Maybe she has, maybe she's going through a hormonal shift. Maybe she is dehydrated. Maybe she's, and we'll talk more about this on Thursday. There's all kinds of potential reasons that a person may not get all the way wet naturally. It could be an age thing. Maybe she's postmenopausal. It truly doesn't matter. You really want to have lube in the instance that the body is not producing any naturally occurring lubricant. That's example number one. Example number two is anal sex. The anus is not self-lubricating. It does not produce its own lube. And therefore, it always, when anuses are being touched, they always 100% of the time, need some sort of lubricant. Remember that the tissue on the inside of the anus is very, very delicate, very prone to getting little tears and rips in it. And therefore, lubricant is especially important. What are some other instances in which lubricant may be necessary? Perhaps you are trying to insert something that is larger than what you are used to inserting. Maybe you got a really big toy and you're going to have fun this weekend with this big toy, and you need some additional help from your lubricant. There are there are more examples than just that, but let's talk about what the best sorry, someone just diarrhea, anal lube. I thought it too. I just didn't say it, but now it's been said and it can't be unsaid. Let's talk about the 3 different varieties of lubricant, because this is actually the most important part. This is where it gets complicated, and this is where people need the most help. So number one, and I'm going to start with this one because it is the simplest, it is the easiest, and if you could only choose one lube, I would choose this lube, water-based lubricant. This one happens to be my favorite, Royals Premium Lubricant. The reason I like this, actually, there's many reasons, but actually it's primarily the ingredients. I like the thickness. I like actually the taste. It does not taste bad, which is great. A lot of lubes do taste kind of questionable. But this one has water and aloe extract and then natural preservative. It doesn't have any parabens. It doesn't have any known carcinogens. It doesn't have any dangerous stuff in it. You would honestly be surprised how much wild, dangerous stuff they put in lubricants because this industry is not as well regulated as you might hope. So this has natural preservatives in it. So why water? Why would I start with a water-based lubricant? Well, for the most part, unless you're allergic to aloe or any of the other short list of ingredients here, your body's going to tolerate water-based lubricant very well. Most bodies do. Again, check for, if you know you have an allergy, read the ingredients. Most bodies tolerate water-based lubricant. It works very well. It works in all situations. This one, because it has aloe, is actually hydrating to the vulva. If you want 10% off of this lubricant, Royal has been kind enough to hook all of my viewers up with a discount. So check that out. It's in the link. It just automatically applies. They also make condoms and body wipes. So check that out. But any water-based lubricant that is free of parabens and free of other nastiness will do. And I know some of y'all, I know you straight guys, you go into the grocery store and you buy, I'm not even going to name it, you love to buy this one kind of lube. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. What's the grocery store? What's the lube that everybody buys at the pharmacy? Jergens. Jergens is a lotion. Don't put Jergens in a vagina. If you have to lube a vagina, it's a fail, says Charles. So Charles, that kind of thinking is actually exactly why I did this live stream and why the video I'm making on Thursday. Because you can be the best lover in the whole world and she may still not get wet. You know? Just like men can sometimes just not get hard. Like, it's and it's not because she's not hot, it's not because you're not attracted to her. It could be a bajillion different things, but for whatever reason, you're not able to get hard. And we don't like shaming men for not being able to get hard. You're getting it. A lot of you have posted it. It starts with an A and ends with a glide. We don't like to shame men who don't get hard for any reason. And I don't like to shame women who don't get wet for any reason, or their male lovers. Okay. So yeah, y'all straight men, you love to go into the Walgreens or the CVS or whatever, and you pick that one bottle but the red and the purple packaging, I don't know why that is. But when I was a single girl, I saw every single guy who I ended up, back at his place had that same bottle of lube. I don't know what it is about their packaging that just attracts people, but I want y'all to think better, think higher, avoid lubricants that have parabens in them, avoid any lubricants that have flavors, especially, okay, for vaginal sex. If you're doing anal sex, feel free to use flavors. Um, but not in vaginal sex. Vaginas are not meant to have flavors in them. And you can mess it. They have a very delicate pH. They sort of have like a perfect self-balancing pH. And so introducing things that are pH balanced, like this lubricant, that are not going to change that pH, not going to cause yeast infection or bacterial overgrowth, that's the best. So yeah, so you guys got it. You all, and I know you because I love you and I work with you and I love you. I know you, we haven't talked anal yet. I know you and I love you, and I want you to upgrade. I want you to get you some nice lubricant. These are your genitals we are talking about. Okay, this is the most sensitive, I think most important, most precious skin on your whole body. Treat it well. Treat it well. Buy yourself some nice lubricant. People are asking, is saliva enough? Saliva is good in a pinch if the two of you are fluid bonded, which means that you're okay with passing bodily fluids between each other because your saliva is a bodily fluid. And as soon as you introduce it to someone's genitals, you're risking a transmission of a sexually transmitted infection or disease. And so saliva is okay. And if you and it's you and your partner, you've been together for 10 years, you're not seeing anybody else, saliva is absolutely okay. But there are situations in which you can simply not drum up enough saliva. If you bite on the sides of your tongue, a vocal coach told me that will help you to produce more saliva. But hey, who here's ever had? Give me a thumbs up if you have ever experienced dry mouth when you were having sex and you're like, I'm trying to spit, and there's nothing. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. We're at 49 as of the live stream at this moment. I bet we can easily get to 100 in the next 3 minutes. Okay, so you guys are asking me some specific brand. I don't know any of I don't know what the current formulations of any of the specific brands that you're asking, because they're changing them. Oh, and hopefully they're changing them to remove the parabens. That would be great. Oh, someone just bought Royal. It's great. Listen, you're gonna see. You want to watch me just straight up drink this stuff? Watch the video on Thursday. That's all I'll say. A lot of this I put into my mouth. It's great. It tastes good. It actually tastes good. It's like it's safe. I mean, you shouldn't eat it, but it is safe to eat. So, anyways, I was once involved. Can I tell you guys a story? Would you like to hear a story? Want to hear a story about Caitlin back in my college days? Give me pop a like on this live stream if you want to hear a story. Hey, friends. Yes. Okay. So I was some of you don't know that I was actually working on my doctoral degree. I was a researcher. I was a professional sexual health researcher before I stopped that to become a sex coach and work with people one-on-one to improve their sex life. And my college that I went to was very well known for its sexuality studies. And I was involved in a study that a company came to my college, to the office that I worked for, the Center for Sexual Health Promotion, and asked us to try lubricants. So we got involved in this study. Part of the study was they gave me like 4 de-identified bottles of lube. They said, 1, 2, 3, 4. They looked the same and all that. And then they also gave me a dildo, which is cool. Totally let me know I was in the right program for me because we're doing studies that involve dildos. So they give this to me and they say, okay, your assignment is to try each of these 4 lubricants 24 hours apart. You need time for your body to kind of like reset in between them. I said, okay, cool. Absolutely. So I'm like a gung-ho graduate student at this point. I'm getting my master's degree. I'm maybe 25 or something like that. And I take these 4 lubricants. And not only did I try them on the dildo, I tried all 4 of them with my then boyfriend, much to his, I'm not going to say I think he was mildly annoyed, actually, to be honest with you, because I don't think he liked being a science experiment. But I tried all 4 of them on the dildo, all 4 of them with him. And to make matters even more complete, because dang it, I am a researcher before I am anything else, I tasted all 4 of them. I tasted them, and I made notes on what they tasted like because you know what is true about lube? It gets in your mouth. If you are having sex and you are experiencing sex fully and really expressing yourself and just getting in there and not, not caring too much about how you look or any of those things that can get in the way of enjoying yourself, it is likely at one point that lube is going to get in your mouth. Can you write in the write in the comments and tell me if you've ever gotten lube in your mouth during sex? Like even accidentally, you just licked your finger and oh god, that it tastes like lube. So I tasted all 4 of them. I made all my notes. One of them tasted quite a bit like Lysol. I remember like the lemon Lysol. Again, I'm sure it didn't actually have anything like Lysol in it, but that is what it reminded me of. So smelled them, tasted them, wrote all my comments down, show up to the group where we're going to give our final um, thoughts to the company and to the researchers on the lubricant. And out of the 8 people that were part of that study at that time to test these lubricants, definitely no one else at all did any of the crazy stuff that I did to get the results that I got. I showed up with like pages of notes and like testing and taste notes and like I showed up like I was doing a freaking wine pairing like "Ooh, well, it's Meyer lemon on the nose." No, they were like, "Ah, I used it once." Just goes to show you, I was meant to do this job, but I was meant to do it on YouTube and not in a lab. All right, so that was the water-based lube. That was a little bit of a story on on me, so you know more about me, the professional researcher, me, the version of me that I want to say I put to bed, but let's be real, she's still here. She lives on in me. All right, cool. Let's talk about the next kind of lube, which is silicone-based lube. Now, silicone-based lubes are great because they have absolute staying power. They're super slick and they stay. They don't dry out. Water-based lube, I didn't talk about this, but the downside of them, of course, is that they can dry out. Now, you can kind of revive them a bit with some spit because it's water-based too. But again, if you're not fluid bonded with your partner, you're trying not to exchange bodily fluids, then you can't use spit, and in some instances, then a silicone-based lube is going to be the best bet. Silicone-based lube also great for anal sex, again, because it tends to be a little bit thicker. I like Royal is pretty thick, but still you may want a thicker lubricant for anal sex because you want it to stay put. And silicone-based lube is just, I think, really phenomenal for cleanup. Water-based lube tends to be a little sticky on cleanup. Silicone-based lube tends to, not all of them, but many of them kind of disappear and they just leave your skin feeling kind of smooth. And this one that I'm about to show you definitely does do this. So this is Uberlube. Uberlube. It's a little hard to see. This is an actual glass bottle, folks. I have had clients drop these. One dropped this in a shower. If you're watching, I love you and I'm sorry that that happened to you. It's still kind of funny. The reason I like Uberlube is because it literally has what, 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients: dimethiconol, cyclomethicone, and tocopherol acetate, which is actually just vitamin E. It is the most simple silicone-based lube I have ever found. As you can see, it's pretty liquidy. You can kind of tell by how quickly the bubbles move. It's not super viscous. It does a good job of staying put, and this is a 50 milliliter bottle. This, they don't pay me, just so you know. I want you to know. Nobody pays me. No one from Uber. I've asked them to pay me because I've been recommending this shit for years. They still don't pay me, and I still love them. I'm still on the live stream recommending Uberlube. That's how good it is. It's so good that I'm telling you to buy it. I'm not going to make a dime off of this recommendation, and I want you to have it. I want you to get Uberlube. It's so good. It just works. Men who are working on your stamina, get this. Use this. If you are trying to masturbate, if you're in my Come When You Want masterclass and you are working on your stamina and you are self-pleasuring for longer and longer periods of time, you're going to need a quality lube and a quality lube that lasts. And quite frankly, that doesn't leave you sticky because the last thing that you need is to masturbate for 20 minutes, as I recommend in the course, and then to have to go take a shower to get it off of your body so that you can go back to work. I want you to be, some of you are already using it. Yes, are you using it because I suggested it, or did you have it already? If you tell me if you got Uberlube just because I recommended it, honestly, send them an email and say Caitlin V has just been pimping your stuff and you should pay her for it. They're really nice people. They're actually based in Chicago. And I've met some of their brand reps and some of the people that work for them, and they're phenomenal people. They make one product. This is what they do. They make this product and they make it right. You bought it because I suggested it. Bravo. Good job. I love them. Also, side note, you can use this to prevent chafing. So if you're like running, you get that little chafy bit here. You can put this on your skin, prevent you from chafing. They recommend it for runners, for athletes. Oh, and you can put it in your hair. Makes your hair shiny. I'm not, I mean, I have used it for that if I'm honest, but only just to see what it was like. My hair's pretty shiny as it is. All right. So silicone-based lube, let's review. Very good for anal sex. Very good for, it's good for vaginal sex too, if it's tolerated well by your partner. Some vaginas prefer water-based lube. That makes sense to me because the vagina natural lubricant is water-based. The downside of silicone-based lube, and this is incredibly important if you take nothing else away from this live stream, definitely take this. You cannot use silicone-based lube with the silicone toy, which means all those lovely, beautiful, fleshy feeling toys. That's true for male masturbation sleeves. That is true for dildos. All of those wonderful, lovely toys. You cannot use this stuff on. It will actually degrade them. Silicone versus silicone. It makes tiny little abrasions in the surface, and it can actually ruin your toy. So, bodies, yes. Condoms, yes. Same with this. Bodies and condoms, safe. Bodies and condoms, safe. Toy safe, water. Not toy safe, silicone. Of course, you can use it with toys that are made out of metal or glass, but just to be safe, water. Water-based can absolutely use for anal, absolutely 100%. Again, literally the only downside of a water-based lube is that it can dry out and it can get sticky. This one's actually not that bad. This one doesn't get very sticky. Again, probably because it's just water and aloe. I don't know. Some of them get very sticky though. This one will never get sticky. It's quite smooth. After applying lube on pubic hair, does it still feel rough to your clitoris? I don't understand the question. Rocco, I'm trying to read the chat, but my assistant Tyler is not on with me today to read the chat for me. So I am just speaking frankly. And I have a call with a potential new one-on-one coaching client at 6 minutes. So we're going to have to run through the rest of this. If you want to work with me one-on-one, CaitlinVneal.com/apply. Fill out my coaching application. I have space for one more new one-on-one client. The reason I only have space for one one-on-one client, no, my assistant's actually gender non-conforming. They are neither male nor female identified. The reason that I only have space for one new one-on-one client is because I started my group coaching program, which is called High Performance Male. We're in week 3. No, I guess we're just at the end of week 2. We're about to start week 3 of High Performance Male. And it's definitely the most amazing thing I've ever done. So if you ever think you want to be part of group coaching, it's a more affordable option than one-on-one coaching. And it's incredibly powerful because you're joining this group of other men and talking about your sex lives. And I'm coaching you. I'm there with you the whole time. It's phenomenal. I did explain all this in a video and it comes out on Thursday. Thursday's video is how to make a woman wet. I know. All right, last lube. So this one actually is I want to discuss this because it's a bit of a dark horse in this race. This is an oil-based lubricant. This is actually not their lubricant. This is like their pleasure spray. The brand is called Foria Wellness, and what they do is they make thank you for explaining, Rick. They make a THC, which is the active ingredient in cannabis, and CBD lubricant and spray. Can we get me up to 100 likes before I have to sign off in 4 minutes? We got 159 people on the live stream. We've only got 88 likes. We could get up to, bro, we can at least get over 100. I don't want to get off the live stream until, well, I'm going to have to get off the live stream. But anyways, Please. Oh, wow, I said that, and now we're at 98. I love you guys. Thank you. All right, so I included this because technically this is coconut oil. This is all this the main ingredient in this is actually coconut oil. They also add THC and maybe CBD in this one. Definitely on their website there is CBD. Now, the reason that I wanted to put this in is because oil-based lube is great. You can just use coconut oil. If you and your bodies, if both partners are not allergic to it, it's well tolerated. You can use it as a massage, and then you can use it as a lubricant for vaginal or anal sex. Only if you are not using condoms. Oil ruins condoms. It puts holes in condoms. It destroys condoms. It makes them more likely to rip. So if you are using condoms, oil is off the table. Don't even use it. Don't even get it close to the condom. Hands down, no discussion. Use these. Oil and water. Oil or silicone and water. Silicone and water. Condom safe. Condom safe. Oil, not condom safe. This stuff, though, for self-pleasuring, for hand jobs, for other finger play in the time of COVID 2020. Finger play is awesome. Clean hands, maybe gloves. Well, of course, not with oil, so I guess I take that back. Clean hands and Foria. This stuff is the bomb.com. I did ask them if they would sponsor me, and they haven't gotten back to me, but I am doing this anyways because this stuff is the best. I sprayed this on my vulva. I can't say the P word on YouTube. I got kicked out once. I sprayed this on my vulva and it felt like, like birthday cake. I sprayed it on my vulva on the way to Burning Man in the back of an RV after I bought it legally for the first time in Colorado. And it's damn, is it good? Oh my God, is it good? It's like, oh shit, I can't even listen. So if you're allowed to use THC, if you're okay with cannabis, oh, I'll tell your girlfriend I love her too. Um, if cannabis is part of your life or you're okay with being exposed to THC or CBD, again, they sell this on their website as a CBD version, check them out. It's phenomenal. Feels good on penises, feels good on vulvas, feels good on anuses. You can spray it in your, it didn't work. I'm saving it for my vulva. Uh, all right, I've got to run because I got to do this call, but I just want to do a live stream. I missed you guys. I love you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get to answer all your questions. I'll do another live stream here soon so that I can. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope that you had a great weekend, the long weekend, and you got plenty of R&R, and I hope that you have an amazing week ahead of you. And no matter when you're watching this, you could be watching this in the middle of, I don't know, winter 2030. I still want you to know that I love you. I care about you. Check out the links below if you want to check out any of the products. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel and be there on Thursday when we launch How to Get a Girl Wet. Mwah! Goodbye.